Well, if you looked at the news today, you know the Writers Guild of America is now on strike. But what does this mean for your favorite DC or Marvel movie or television show? It's still pretty early to tell, but we've got a pretty good breakdown of what's happening. So let's dive in. Well, this has been on the horizon for several months now, but the Writers Guild of America is officially on strike as of midnight last night. Now, like these things always go, it ultimately came down to money. And the WGA was unable to come to acceptable terms with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, leading to the walkout. Now, the WGA was seeking a new contract that would increase pay and benefits for writers by $429 million over 3 years. But the motion picture and television producers only offered 86, so clearly there's a big difference between the two groups. Now, one of the really important goals of the WGA during the strike is to ensure that the art of writing itself is preserved. These demands are pretty wide-ranging, from stopping projects being quote-unquote written by AI to what the role of a writer's room from start to finish on television shows is, which is often complicated by the fact that typically there is only one credited writer on the project. Now, as a fan of all this, I'm standing by the writers. These guys deserve to get paid, and this is at the core of the creative process. But what does it mean for all of our favorite projects and everything that's going on? Well, the first thing you're going to notice is late night shows are going to shut down, which I think they already have. And if the strike lasts as long as it did last time in 2007, 100 days. Expect a lot of fall premieres coming up to be delayed or seasons to be significantly shortened. Now, many streamers already have a lot of stuff in the bank, and it could even slow down the release of those projects to ensure they at least have something new for their subscribers until this mess is ironed out. Now, in terms of Marvel and DC, well, there's a lot that can happen. If you remember last time, Justice League Mortal actually just got completely kaput due to the writer strike, and this time there could be some big impacts. Now, a strike of only a few weeks is not likely to have a big impact beyond being a pretty major headache for Marvel and DC studios. Now, we do know right now James Gunn has stopped working on Superman Legacy to stand in solidarity with the WGA. But this also means production on the Blade rewrites, as well as those 2 Avengers movies, have both come to a stop. Now, a lot of movies already have a near complete script, like the Thunderbolts, and they could begin production in June as planned. But here's the problem. With no writers on hand to make last-minute changes, this creative process will be heavily disrupted, and could result in the project kicking off when it was supposed to, but requiring extensive reshoots in order to realign the project with updated scripts after the writers come back. Now, there are a lot of projects that are so far down the road the impact of the strike would be absolutely minimal, as well as projects that are currently in production with full scripts already written. Things like Daredevil Born Again are in full swing, and I don't really think they'll likely be impacted by what's going on, but this is a pretty complicated situation and writers play a huge role, so until we know more, we're gonna have to wait and see.